Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
There's Tavisha, that's Ricky's wife.
Hi,
Tavisha. Everybody say hi.
We've been married for
Tavisha,
30 years.
For 30 years.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow,
Congrats.
congratulations.
Wow.
Three of them really happy. And not consecutive.
Oh,
You gotta spread out the happiness.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, you don't want it all at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to blow out at once.
Very smart, very smart.
That
So,
hurt when I fell off the stage just there.
yeah, I saw that.
Pretty
Do
good.
that again.
It looked like I planned it. It
Yes.
looked like a bit. Can you take me to the doctor?
Let's finish the panel first, then ER.
Sounds good.
Okay, yeah.
ER.
Then the
It's
ER.
good. It's good.
So I was just asking them, some amazing dialogues in the show, and I kind of want to know how much of that was in front of you on the page, and how much did it actually come from y'all?
99% of it was on the page,
Okay.
and the 1% that wasn't usually happened in ADR.
Okay.
So, like, when we get the show back,
Right.
there'd be, like, blank spaces in the back, and, like, that one line, my sweetly spooch. Jonah came up with that, like, during the ADR session when he's,
Wow.
over here, over here, over here.
That's genius.
Yeah, it was all on the page except I couldn't read, so I'm like,
It was all on the page and it was brilliantly written. But I think, the camaraderie between all of us and the chemistry. But
Yes,
that we
absolutely.
created such a family that it was easy to make it feel natural.
That's awesome.
You make me feel like a natural Zim.
I wanted you to say, oh no.
Nice.
Zim.
nobody knows that commercial.
No one knows that?
Richard was originally a hand model when he was a child. He had lovely hands.
Had.
Very nice. So do you think that sort of great level of writing has contributed to some Invader Zim quotes being very, very relevant today in social media? I mean, I don't know if you guys seen it, but TikTok is littered with, quotes from Invader Zim. So,
Like a dump. It's like a Zim dump over there.
yeah, got some excitement happening, but I think we're good.
So TikTok is a Zim dump. That's what you're saying.
So what's the question? The Zim, like,
So do you think that, because you guys had such great writers and you guys pulled up some great lines, you think that's why they've lasted so long and they keep, becoming relevant?
Well, I feel like the whole show, I think it was iconic before its time. And now it truly is iconic.
Of its time.
Absolutely.
Now it's of its time.
Now it's of its
It's
time.
of its time.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
The times have finally caught up with how stupid our show was.
So
If
glad-
only we had wrestling.
That what?
If only we had a wrestling match.
Yeah, right?
Somewhere here.
Somewhere, I mean, I don't know. If you look around,
Yeah.
maybe.
Oh, there's a match right
Oh,
there.
there we go.
How did I know that?
Richard's
was-
gonna take you on later.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
right after this, just
Yes. Right there.
There you go.
At the flagpole. After school.
That's awesome.
He's gonna throw your glasses on.
He's ready. Yeah. So I want to ask each one of you which quote do fans, quote you the most when you're at these type of conventions?
What they come up and say to us is our quotes.
Right.
I get a lot of, who are you? Who are you? What? What?
Perfect.
I had a baby there.
He did.
I get like, I'm trying to draw a little piggy. Can't you see I'm trying to draw a little piggy?
That's perfect. That's so awesome. Excuse me. So when you were doing the show, right? Did you think it was gonna have the sort of the legs that it's had? Sort of like the lasting power. We got a movie, and things like that. Or when they said, you know what, there's no more episodes. Did you think, okay, that's it, done deal, never again?
I don't know that we had any concept of it, of its longevity. We just
Right.
knew that while we were working on it, we were having a good time. We were making each other laugh. We were having a lot of fun in the booth. If something came up and made us laugh, we could laugh for a long time to get in trouble for taking up too many hours of the recording studio. But I think that when you cancel something prematurely, it's like telling a kid, you are not to do this, and of course they're going to do it, right? So that's what happened with our show.
Right, right. That makes perfect sense.
I was also a background painter on the show, so I had an office there. And so sometimes I would get a script. I would get a script before, as a background painter, I would get the script before we did the voiceover a lot of times. So I would read the script, and then I would pack all my stuff in my office. There's no way we were gonna have a job after this.
No, I think like what Richard said is really true, because when you're there and you're in the studio, you're really in the moment, and
Right.
you're in the moment of creating it, and we knew we were doing something really different and
You're gonna say wrong.
really wrong. It was really wrong too,
If it's wrong, I don't want to be right.
right? Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah.
Very nice.
But yeah, so who knew?
Exactly.
Who knew?
Yes.
Who knew?
Who knew?
Who knew?
So were you surprised when the movie comes around and
We said it's about time.
exactly.
There had
Many
been-
of us said the same thing, I think.
There had been a lot of like start and stop ideas
Sure.
through the years of this possibly happening, and then it wouldn't happen, or we'd get excited, and then
Right.
we finally gave up thinking about it. And Ricky and I had been on the road for probably 10 or 12 years after the show, and Ricky came up to me one day and he goes, so, talk to Jonan? I'm like, no. He goes, oh, okay, never mind. I'm like, what? He goes, nothing. Nothing.
He wouldn't let me tell you because he was negotiating for 2 years. So he would call me at night, like at 3 a.m. and go, anyways, I was gonna do it, but I don't want to now because they made me mad, blah, blah, blah. So he wouldn't let me tell Richard or Melissa that they were negotiating a movie because he was like, oh, you'll just disappoint them if it doesn't happen. So I'm like, but you're disappointing me. I know.
But then he called me finally and he said, so I was driving in my car on a very long trip and I got this idea, and he proceeds to tell me the entire story
Wow.
of Forbes. And when he did that, I knew it would happen, because when he is excited about something,
Right.
he usually follows through.
Nice.
He usually follows through, and I knew that he had the idea. And then we did it. It took us, a good 4 years from the time I heard about it to actually get it out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was great to be back together again.
Yeah, it was.
We laughed and laughed.
Oh, I bet.
We all lost our voices,
Oh,
remember?
yes.
We laughed so
Yes.
hard that we lost our voices.
That's one of my favorite lines from the movie that Ricky always reminds me of, is because I forgot about this, but the scene where Zim and Dim are running over the planets at the end, as written, it was just like, you're ugly when you lie, Dim! and then Dim was just supposed to say, I'm not lying! And that was the end of it. But then I just said, then why are you ugly? And I forgot that, but we all laughed in the booth at the time. And Ricky
Then they got added in.
and they made it in.
That's awesome.
Ricky had to remind me of that. Ricky has to keep me young.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Ricky!
Yes.
Ricky!
Yeah.
Grr! Why did you make on the lawn again?
I've installed several computer chips under his hat.
Yes!
It's helping him remember better.
Yes! Grr! Why was there bacon in the sauce?
He has a rat under there now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, yeah, they're going at it. So, Gur gets to write the ending of Invader Zim.
Gur gets to write it? Is this official?
It can be. Somebody out there, I'm sure, has the power to make it happen. But what do you think that would kind
If
of
Gur
look
wrote the
like?
ending, I don't know if he can even write.
Good point. Good point.
I mean, if you had told him to write something, he'd probably just start to make some hot dogs. If he could focus long enough to write something, it wouldn't make any sense. It would just, one of my favorite things in the comic, because we had a comic series going for a while.
Right.
Gurr had this virtual reality setup where he was hanging out with some sentient was it a sentient donut and a sentient hot dog
That's right.
in this virtual world. And Zim came in and he goes, hey, stop playing around, I need your help. And he goes, okay. And he turns around and he says, to these creatures that he created in a virtual reality, he goes, okay, goodbye forever. And they're like, no! And he shuts them down, effectively killing them. So it'd be something like that, probably.
There you go. That sounds pretty fitting to me. I like that.
He's killed so much. Everyone thinks he's so cute. But there's a dark basement.
Oh, snap. There we go. Yeah, maybe for the next comic book or movie, right? We could go.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
I think I have just like the last shot.
Oh,
Just
let's
on
hear it.
a piece of paper, it says Gurr, G-I-R. And you just see this little Gurr paw come in. And you see him take an eraser, just erase the G and put a big S. And then we cut to his face and his eyes like red.
Right.
Because now he is a sir.
Right.
Wow. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I kind of like
And
that.
then it goes to black, just fades to black as his eyes go red.
Right.
And then you hear a big.
Invader Gurr.
Ooh. What do you guys think about that?
It wouldn't be fun anymore.
Right, right.
Seriously. And then Dim becomes stupid. No, Zim becomes stupid.
Zim becomes stupid.
Yeah.
That's an episode.
He's a flip.
Zim becomes stupid and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man. So what would you say was when you recorded the show? You mentioned like coming back for the movie and it was a reunion. Was that a long session? That first session, maybe
No,
longer
but we
than.
got leftover food.
There was a
Yeah.
lot of
Oh,
food
hey.
at
It
these
was
sessions.
leftover from another recording
No.
session for another show.
Yeah.
It's true.
No
They
way.
grabbed it, just that's what they fed us for
Oh
lunch.
wow.
I remember all that food.
Yeah. And also the end, Gurr has just Div's flesh.
Yeah.
We're still.
Oh, this is back to the ending
Yeah,
again?
yeah.
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 I'm still on the ending of the show.
Hey, I see the machine going. It's working. It's working. So did you guys ever maybe go a little bit too long? They're like, all right, guys, seriously, we gotta.
Did we what?
We go over, did we go too long where they had to say, all right, shut up and work?
Oh, always. Yeah.
Oh, always.
Yeah.
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 I mean, for me, I start off with very low energy and then build up over time. So my sessions always take pretty long because Jonah will hand me a script and I'm like, all right. And then after a while, I just sort of build up and then it's like, and then I go.
Wow, you gotta, it's like winding up the
Exactly.
toy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So did you ever get to see? Because you mentioned sometimes you wouldn't get the scripts before, right? Actual recording would happen. Was there anyone that you're like, this is gonna be fun? Like I can't wait to record, my lines.
All of them.
All of them, right?
Germs was a really rough show for me because Germs was literally page 1, Zim, ah! Page 2, ah! Page 3, ah! And
Luckily,
that
yeah.
was rough.
Yeah.
That was rough.
Richard, how did you take care of your voice?
I drank 6 bottles of those Arrowhead bottles of water every session.
Yeah.
Water,
Six
water,
bottles
water, water.
of whiskey.
6 bottles.
I thought he was gonna say whiskey too. Yeah.
That's right. Booze and tobacco. That's how I got through it.
There's a secret to longevity right
That's
there.
right.
We did an episode a long time ago that had John Delancey in it as Agent Dark Booty. And I didn't get to act with him, but I was in the booth. My line was done, and so he came in and he did his. So I got to watch him act, and then he told a funny story, and then he said hi to me and all that sort of thing, and then he left. And then I didn't see him ever again. And then I was at Trader Joe's in California, and I'm shopping, and he's there, and I'm like, oh, weird. I haven't seen him in like 20 years. There's no way he's gonna remember me. And then I went over to the frozen food section, you know, where the milk is, and I'm standing there talking to Tavisha, and then he just leans in real close to my ear and goes, "Excuse me, can I get to the milk?" And that was it.
That's perfect.
But was he doing Agent Dark Lady?
It was his voice. It was that sensuous.
Did
Did you
Voice.
say
Did
something?
you
to
say
him?
something?
I didn't say that. I was like, oh,
Did you
excuse
get all-
me.
did you get all fanboy?
Like, oh, excuse me. And then he got to the milk. But I have no idea if he
You
did
didn't
that on
say
purpose.
anything.
I
So
wish
I
you
would
would
say
yell
something.
right in the middle of Trader Joe's. Dark booty!
Yes.
And they're like, no, sir, that's pirate's booty.
Oh, that would have been awesome. So what has been your favorite part about, you know, still talking about these characters, you know, so many years after? I'm sure, you know, meeting the fans is great, but what would you individually single out as just your favorite of this whole process?
Well, I went to Target the other day to buy some soap because I need to be clean. But I go
Try
to
a
this,
little harder, Ricky.
yeah, I go to this very far away Target because it's the only one in my area that doesn't have everything behind a cage. So I shopped and I came out, but I was feeling kind of depressed. It was a very sad day for some reason. I was feeling bad, and it was at night, and I'm pushing my cart through the parking lot, and this car just stops right in front of me, and the driver jumps out. I'm like, whoa! And he goes, "Ricky Simons, I love you." I'm like, "What?"
Oh my God!
And he was a Gurr fan, and he just recognized me, and he started telling me how much he loves me in the parking lot, and he wanted to hug and everything, and I just gave him his hand, I told him thank you. I'm like, okay, I guess someone loves me.
Of course, Ricky's wallet was gone after he left.
Right.
That's,
yeah.
that's the moral of that
Did
story.
you have a
That's,
better day?
Huh?
Did you have a better day?
It was a little bit better, but it was just weird too. I called Tavisha to tell him. Tavisha, somebody else loves me.
Turns out it was John Delancey.
Yeah.
I remember he went all the way home.
Sorry.
3 months later, he went, that was Ricky at the mill.
Dang it.
And he chased you down, he stalked you, and found you at the Target way on the outskirts of town.
I think the coolest thing, and I think maybe it makes us feel old too, but I think the coolest thing is meeting the fans who grew up with us, and now we're meeting their kids. I mean,
That's awesome.
that's really awesome. It's really, really awesome. And seeing everyone dressing up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, we got some more back
Look
there.
at all
Yeah.
those
Lots of girls!
back there.
Grr, grr, grr!
Grr, grr, grr. Where's the
There's
guys?
our Zim!
There's
There's our
There's your
Zim.
sim right there.
There you go.
Yay!
There you
There's your girls.
Perfect.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for the spin-off. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
there you go.
That's actually a combination of Gurr, Zim, and Ah!
Right?
Yeah.
We got it all covered.
Yeah, there you go. Some inside secret right there. So, what has been your favorite item that somebody has brought you to autograph?
Sim related or anything?
Can do anything. Yeah.
I'm always impressed with people that like bring like these sculptures they make that are amazing that they want signed. I like the sculptures that people create. My favorite though is it's not me. They brought it to Ricky. They brought Ricky this giant bloaty paper mache.
Yeah, the head.
Oh my God.
And it was nice, but it reeked. It just-
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it smelled like glue.
my
Like really
God.
bad glue though. And they gave it to me and I took it home and it sat in my
Did you
house.
fly home with it? Like was
No,
it on
because
the
it
seat?
was the one in LA.
Oh, that's
In LA,
good.
so I got to just drive it home. Otherwise I was in no. But
Do you dress it up for Christmas?
well, I had to throw it away. It was rotting.
Yeah.
It started to rot.
He just put it in the seat so he could drive in the carpool lane.
But some people
I was gonna
bring me something like really big. Like this one girl brought a ham. It was like a fake ham, but it was she basically took a baseball bat, put it into a planter, filled it with cement, and then painted it to look like a ham,
Oh
like a
yeah.
ham leg. And she had it over her shoulder.
Wow.
She goes,
It
this
was
is for
heavy.
you.
Oh
And she
my
goes,
God.
I'm like, how did you bring this here? And why did you think I'd want it? I couldn't bring it home. I mean,
You know,
what am I going to do with it? How am I going to get it on the plane?
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. I'm sure TSA would have a field day with that one.
in our early days, people used to ask us to sign body parts, and Ricky and I stopped signing body parts long ago.
Well, I signed like an arm. I'll sign an arm.
He'll sign an arm,
Yeah.
but someone came up to Ricky and said, will you sign my arm? Or whatever it was. And Ricky says, I can't do that because if you wind up serial killed, I don't want people to think I signed my work.
Yeah. So I still tell them that. I said, just make sure you don't get serial killed, okay?
Terrible. I think my most favorite thing is the artwork. There's I meet so many talented artists, and they bring up their art, and sometimes they give it to me, and I have a huge stack. I don't know if you guys do, but my office is just filled with
I do,
everything.
and I don't know if people know this, but Tavisha is the foremost collector of our Invader Zim art. And she collects it, she catalogs it, and she's getting ready for the Invader Zim Museum. Right, Tavisha?
No.
Well, now I
Here
know
with
where to bring it
Tavisha,
all.
everyone. Yay!
Tabby.
Yes.
Tabby cat.
It's great when I get Richard's stuff. In my tiny apartment.
There you go. Well, I just want to say to wrap up, thank you for being here. Thank you to the fans for being
Yay,
here over there.
fans!